My name is Cora and welcome to Craftopia, where we are creating a safe space for artists and crafters of all ages and experience levels to learn, create, explore, and grow. I'd like to invite you to check out our website at www.crafttopiawa.com, where you can learn more about our organization and vision and see a list of upcoming classes. You can also follow us on social media at CrafttopiaWA. Now, pull up a chair, get comfortable, and let's get crafty.
Hi everybody, today we're going to be making some fun pinecone monsters. Now if you're using the kit from Craftopia, then you already have everything you need to decorate up a pinecone into the monster of your choice. It's really an easy craft to kind of just go crazy, get creative, have fun. There is no right or wrong way to make your monster, so don't feel like you have to make one exactly like what mine is going to look like. I'm just kind of feeling the blue fancy today. So before we get started, just a couple of things. If you are doing this on your own, you do want to make sure that you're actually using a pine cone. Now there's a big difference between pine cones and fir cones. We see a lot of firs in the Pacific Northwest where we're located, and fir cones are going to be a lot smaller. You're going to notice they kind of have these little pointy things. These are actually their seeds, but they don't really open up any more than this, and they are very, very brittle and delicate. So they don't make the best monsters, even though they are in abundance around here. You are going to want to look for an actual pine cone from an actual pine tree. The way you can tell the difference is by looking at the needles. If there are multiple needles coming from one spot, you have a pine tree. If each place where the needle connects to the branch is only one, then you're probably looking at a fir tree. Something else to keep in mind if you're out harvesting your own cones, when you find your pine cones, they're going to look really small and tight like this. So if you're doing them from outside cones, you are going to want to wash them first, soak them in some bleach water or vinegar water. I like the vinegar water myself. And then you need to bake them to dry because they don't start opening until they get really hot. So just a few little notes there. All right, let's get started on making this monster. I'm going to do this one. I think it looks like he's got some pretty silly hair going on there. So you should have a little glue packet. I recommend using a toothpick or cotton swab as an applicator, or you can trim off the corner of your bag and use it just to squeeze out. I'm going to cheat a little bit and use my fancy dancy glue bottle here because it's easier for my hands. So first things first, very important, we got to figure out what's going to be front. Do I want my monster looking up like that? Do I want him to look like he's got a ponytail hanging out to the back? I think I actually want to do it this way. So really simple. You're going to take all of your various things and just start dabbing some glue and sticking it on and seeing what happens. Really play around with it. You don't need too much glue, but I do recommend making sure you get a decent amount as the cones are pretty funkily shaped, so sometimes you need a little extra glue. You may notice in some of them as well that they might still have some seeds attached in there. So be careful, you might have to scrape some of those pieces out. If you glue on those, your stuff might just fall right out. But you can also go plant a tree if you're so feeling like it. All right, I'm gonna start with the eyes just because once I get the eyes placed, I think everything else is gonna be easier. So I got these really silly eyes with eyelashes. Like I said, I really kind of wanted a fancy monster. I think I'm going to do one right there. So I'm going to put a nice big dollop of glue. These eyes are adhesive, but again, because we're gluing it on something that's natural and may have debris still on it, I'm going to give it a little extra oomph. Now the eyes are going to be tricky. You're going to have to hold them in place for a little bit just because they are a lot bigger than the surface that you are gluing them on. If you want to make it easier, you can always put them inside someplace where they can catch. So it could actually like sit between or uncross both of them. But I'm not feeling easy today. I want to do something tricky and challenging. So I'm going to put one there. And I think I'm going to put my other one on the edge of this one here. That way they're kind of level. Probably won't be perfectly. All right. I'm going to give those a few seconds to dry before I move on to anything else. Okay, so I did end up holding those on there for about 2 to 3 minutes till they were really firm enough that I can shake him without falling. And that's definitely important. The last thing you want is to shake your monster and have his eyes or her eyes fall off. So now it is entirely up to you how you want to decorate. I'm kind of thinking I was going to do some pom-poms, kind of his ears. And then I got this nice sparkly pipe cleaner here. I'm going to make these into kind of antenna, antler things. I'm just going to give them a little half curl. I don't think I want them too curly. And then we're going to give a beautiful headdress of feathers behind. So I'm going to start with those antennae. I'm going to put a little glob of glue in here. Stick those in. And you could even honestly twist those around one of the little pine cone pieces to hold it in place if you want. Get those in first. That way I can really shove those pom-poms. Make sure they're in enough that I can see my antenna. Ooh, very cool. And nice big glob of glue on this one. Stick that in. Almost looks like it's got those little cinnamon bun hair on the side. All right, and then a couple of feathers to finish this all off. What do you think? Ooh, kind of a feather tail. That's fun. Could do feathers coming out the side. We could even do like a feather beard. Oh, I'm thinking, I don't want those ones. I'm just thinking this one, maybe those two. Kind of have some peacock vibes going on. I like that. All right, I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to hold these together. That'll just be a lot faster than glue. So I'm going to wrap it around. Give it a twist. And then too, if she needs to have a wardrobe change from her fabulousness, she certainly can. And find a place that I can tuck them between a couple of those little pine cones. Stick. There we go. Twist that up. And twist that. Oh, kind of missed on that one, didn't I? Go around. There. I don't like the little pieces sticking out here, so I'm going to cheat really quick and just give them a trim off so that they are out of the way. You certainly don't have to. This is just me being picky, and that will help me be able to shove her feathers in a little further. All right. Oh no, I knocked her eye off. There we go. What do you think? Is she a glamorous little monster? I think she looks pretty fancy. I would love to see what monster you come up with. Have a good time creating.
We hope you had a good time crafting with us today. If you have any questions regarding this project, feel free to leave a comment below or send us an email at info@crafttopiawa.com. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any future crafty goodness. Until next time.